Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 11 of Hearts of Iron 4. Just before I start, I would like to say a big thank you to one of my Patreon supporters, Christopher Lowe, for sponsoring this video, and he's apparently a bit of a fan of this Hearts of Iron series. Hopefully I can do him and the series justice by not messing it up completely. Your Patreon donations are very much appreciated, especially a couple of weeks ago when my microphone of 4 years decided to commit treason and had to be replaced. And if it wasn't for generous Patreon donations like that of Christopher's, I would not have been able to replace my equipment and carry on recording. But anyway, without further ado, let us go and try and work out what we are doing within this campaign. Now, apparently, I've been trying to work out a few things on the interface and just sort of work out what's going on here. I hadn't realised this before. And again, this is something that isn't explained in the tutorial, even when you're doing these battles. But when there's a battle going on, if you actually click this little red or green circle, depending on whether you're winning or losing, if you actually click on that, it will actually tell you what is going on, and you'll be able to see just exactly what is happening here. So apparently, the German Reich here is trying to attack us with something, one division of infantry, and getting wrecked. We have our reserves over here. So yeah, there's tactics lists, there's all sorts of interesting stuff here. But again, none of this is ever explained, and it's only because someone mentioned that you could click on it. I think it's actually mostly planes that are going on here. Does that mean they've taken some damage, or they've caused some damage? No planes have been shot down. It's very difficult to work on. I find the interface quite messy to actually work out what's going on. The other thing that I was trying to make any sense of is, and again, it's very hard to see on YouTube. I mean, I know YouTube makes the videos less detailed and more difficult to see. I can barely see the damn thing, and I'm running it at full resolution. But this very tiny little red or green line beneath my army, and again, even for me, and I'm not red-green colorblind, I can barely tell where the gap is. It's around about there where the pointer is, just sort of there. So I'd say probably about 20% of the bar. And it's very difficult to mouse over as well with it being so close to the bottom of the screen because the edge scrolling kicks in every time you do it. But that is saying that the enemy is stronger. Now, I assume that means on a per army basis, because this army that I have here has even less in the bar. So I assumed if both of these armies were combined, we would be even stronger. And also, I assume that's just counting my armies and not counting the French armies that are here on the border. Now, obviously, if we were to attack, it looks like we would get absolutely wrecked, because it says here, our estimated planned value is minus 60%. It is considered to be to our disadvantage. There's a large river crossing, and there's a superior enemy, and not to mention there are some, I think, hills and things on this side of the river as well. So it's not really a good idea for us to attack, but I'm guessing the same goes for the German Reich. If they were to attack me, they'd have to attack across a river, and also they'll be attacking me and France at the same time. So one of the things that I do want to try and get sorted is down here in the Mediterranean, where I do have quite a few ships. However, we don't seem to have naval superiority. So what I think we need to do is get some more carriers down there. I'm not sure how many carriers we have down here, actually. Can we have a look at the fleet? We can indeed have a look at the fleet. Heavy cruisers, battleships, cruisers, destroyers, submarines. We have no carriers in this fleet at all. So the question then becomes, do we have any carriers anywhere? We've got convoys. Where can we see all of our ships? Sent to sea on Navy. So where are our carriers? Battleships, carriers. We only have 3 carriers. Okay, that is interesting. Can we find where they are? What are these ones? Are these the carriers? Look like they're carriers. Channel Force, China Fleet, and Home Fleet. Now, we don't even know if they've got any ships on them. I don't know if we need any in the China Fleet. Now, can I select all of these? No, because that just gives me the fleet itself. So, where are you? You are in the Channel. Do we need a carrier in the Channel? Probably not. So, can we take this ship? Yes, we can. Can I get you to leave and come down here? We can create a new fleet, I think. Let's get all of our carriers. Select ships to transfer, all carriers. which is just the one, which is this one here. So we want to select this fleet, and this fleet we want to bring down to that's Italy's naval base. We don't want to bring it down there. Where do we have that we could put you? Must have somewhere that we could own. We can dock up here, actually. It belongs to France. So let's go and bring you over here. So let's go and find all 3 of those carriers and bring them here then. So we want the... Now then, that's just a single fleet. So there's one in the China fleet. So we want the carrier. So new fleet, all carriers. I need to actually have a look where the China fleet is. Let's select this fleet and bring you to the same port. And then finally there is the one in the home fleet, which is in the North Sea. And again, we want to create a new fleet and get all carriers. And we want to, again, select you and bring you down here. We will still be building some more carriers. So first of all, where's this China fleet and what exactly is it doing? Channel Force, China fleet. You're in southern China, are you? So you are quite a way away. I'm not sure exactly where you are. Is that you there? Probably. Difficult to tell. Yeah, that's the China fleet. Probably don't want to bring you all the way down. It seems a little bit pointless. But let's go in and get some constructions queued up. So we're currently working on all of these like coastal forts and things like that. We do have some factories queued up to be converted. I would like to maybe get a couple of these prioritized. Give us some more military factories. Let's just drop that down one. But I do want to go and get a few more civilian factories put in, as well as some more military factories. So let's get a civilian factory here and there, and another one there. And then let's go and get ourselves some more military factories as well. Because I get the feeling we really are going to need them. And we probably want to start boosting the priority up on a lot of these. In fact, what I'm actually going to do for the time being is just cancel a lot of these coastal forts, because hopefully we can defend against them with the ships that we have down here, even though we're not really going to have air superiority. For the moment, what we do want to do is try and get ourselves, because we're only building some heavy cruisers at the moment and some battleships. I'm going to go ahead and take some of the yeah, I'm going to go ahead and reassign some of the dockyards. We'll just leave 5. And what we want to do is we want to add carriers. So I want to build some carriers. So there's one there. We do have quite a bit of Navy experience. So could we build a better carrier? We could give it more deck space. It'll cost us 25. I think we'll save it. I don't think we need to do that. So let's go ahead and build some carriers. We probably want to build getting on for, I don't know, maybe 10. And we'll assign as many docks to it as we have. Deploy at target base. I think we want that to be... Do we want it to be Malta? Yeah, we'll deploy at Malta. That's fine. We'll actually specifically say Malta. Oh, well, that allows us to assign it to a fleet, does it? Okay, well, let's say we want it to go to a fleet then. We want it to go to the... Well, this I assume is the Mediterranean fleet. Is it not? Mediterranean fleet. So you just send to the Mediterranean fleet. And then we also want to make sure that we've got some planes to put on it. We've got some naval bombers and naval fighters. We're working on those. So all I need to do now is try and work out how... Oh, we've put the day-night cycle back on. Let's get rid of that. We need to work out how we get planes onto those carriers. That's the interesting thing. So you're a carrier there, aren't you? And can we see what planes you have on board? You can hold 25 airplanes, but how do we get more planes to you? Do we have any planes sort of sitting around doing anything here? So if we wanted to create a new air wing, we've got interwar bombers. I think what we might do is actually use those bombers to go and attack over here. Let's make this an air wing. How do we do this? Will it not let us? We've got tactical bombers. I assume they're the same thing. No, there's only 3 of those. So we want to make a new air wing. Set reinforcement limit. I don't know. What am I doing here? So move all equipment. There we go. So now we've got a new air wing. We don't want the transport. So that gives us a new air wing. Okay, so you're going to move over somewhere. You're working in Western Germany. These fighters are standing by. But I don't think these fighters here actually have any units. I don't know what I've just done. I've just deselected them somehow. So we're making a new air wing over here. Aircraft production group has finished. So that was our national focus. So now let's look at what else we could get. Gains national spirit wartime industry, which grants civilian to military factory conversion cost minus 20%. We've got some of those queued up. So I think working on that is not a bad idea. It's also probably worth it in that case then prioritizing some of the civilian factories first then before we do the conversions. I think that is what we will do there. What have we got here? We have enemy has air superiority in the Mediterranean. So we are aware of that. That is something that we are working on. Oh, stuff is going on here. Our faction grows. Poland has accepted the offer to join our faction. Okay. Our German-Czechoslovakian war has been merged with the German-Polish war. So it's France, Czechoslovakia, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, British Raj, and Poland, just against the German Reich. Italy haven't come in yet, and obviously the Soviets still aren't involved. So we have these tactical bombers now. We've got 26 of them, so we want to give you a mission, which will be Western Germany. At least I think. Oh yeah, now we have to actually click on Western Germany to see them. There we go. So now we want you to be strategic bombing, I think. Okay, so how do we get ships on board a carrier? And speaking of which, where are all of my carriers? We move them all down here. Western Germany. Yeah, what about it? Doesn't want to tell me anything. Okay, so down here we should have, let's make sure we've got it on naval map mode, and we might be able to see what we're looking for. Where have all my carriers gone? What have we got down here? A couple of things. Oh, these are my carriers. They're getting there. So they do have capacity for some planes, but they're not at their full number of planes. We can group those guys together. That is fine. What's this thing going on? Is that their experience? Yep, that's their experience. So how do we get more planes on board these things? Does anybody know? So do we just have to assign an air wing to them? Do we have any spare bombers is the question. Logistics. So carrier fighters and carrier naval bombers, we have a deficit. So I would assume these things are sort of auto-resupplying themselves. I'm not 100% certain if that's the case. I'm totally just guessing here at the moment, but I think that's what's going on. Zog submits to Italy. An ultimatum has been delivered to the Albanian government by the Italian diplomats, demanding that they submit to complete military occupation. King Zob has abdicated after realising the futility of resistance, and Albania will now be ruled in a personal union under King Victor Emmanuel III. Italy looks to the Balkans. Okay, well at least Italy still aren't involved in the actual war yet, so we don't have to worry about them too much. Of course, Poland are now getting completely mashed over here. I still think the German forces are a little bit too strong over here on this coast for us to actually push in. Although it does say that our forces are roughly equal. Maybe we could push in and actually respond here, but I think I'd like to wait a little bit. We are still struggling with some manpower. Are we actually getting any more units? Now, somebody was also telling me about these as well. Deploy instantly. I think somebody said that you can tell them to deploy directly to an army. I think. So if we click the infantry division there. Now, did that work? No, it still says Yorkshire. Is it right click? Somebody did actually leave me a note saying that you can do that. You can tell them to go and deploy directly to an army, but I think I've just done it wrong. Either way, we are still producing more units. And the units that we are producing, we do of course want to make sure we keep moving them all over to the front line. Because the more units we've got over here, the more chance we might actually have of pushing forwards. France are posturing around here, but we're not really getting anything done. So, battle plans with no units assigned. I'm really not sure what those particular battle plans are. As far as I'm aware, both of these armies are assigned to that front line. You're assigned to that front line. You're assigned to that front line. It might be slightly better. Let's just get rid of the old front line there. It might be slightly better to have a offensive line that goes further in towards Frankfurt. Well, actually, no. We probably only want to push up to the river, don't we? We probably don't want to... we want to stay behind the river as much as possible. And just push forwards a little bit at a time. If Germany want to attack us, they're going to have to attack us across the river. That's kind of what we want to go for. Obviously, we are going to have to attack them. They do seem to be moving a lot of units out here. So much so, in fact, I'm really considering just going and pushing these units in. So that's what we're going to go and do here. It might be a really bad idea. That might not work out too well for us, but we'll see what happens. We'll keep our eye on it. Have all three of my carriers arrived? They have indeed. Let's group them all up. And let's move them down here into the Mediterranean Sea. And hopefully we can get them to patrol. Then we might actually gain some air superiority down there. Okay, so we've got a battle going on here. And this is mainly a few cavalry, and we're going up against light tanks and panzer divisions, which isn't particularly brilliant. They do have more divisions there, but that is only on one sort of front. Hopefully France will start getting some units in. I'm not too sure. France's units seem to be all over the place at the moment. I'm not really sure what they're planning on doing. Research has finished of a new plane type. Let's get you guys over to... can we get you guys over? Yeah, let's get you over to Dunkirk. So we finished the research. So what would we like to get now? I guess we can go for Spitfires. Then we can start building Spitfires for our... no, we are still ahead of time. Only a little bit, but I don't really want to be ahead of time. Let's have a look at our air doctrine. Can we get anything here that is useful? Fighter detection. Yeah, let's try and maintain air superiority. It'll take a little bit of time. Let's go to our production line where we are working on these naval, these carrier fighters. Let's go and get rid of those. We've only got a single factory working on them, which is a bit poor. But we'll go ahead and now start working on... Hurricanes are supposed to be naval. Are they not? I'm sure they should be. We are still paused, aren't we? Yeah, let's have a quick look at that. Where are we? Sea Gladiator. Oh, enables the Gloucester Sea Gladiator. So is that just a different version of it? The Gloucester Sea Gladiator. So if we go and... Where are we? Produce. Aircraft. I don't see a Gloucester Sea Gladiator there. Okay, I am confused. Is that something else that we have to research? Where are we? Research. Planes. No, I can't see them anywhere. So where are those planes then? How do we build them? There's the Gladiator. Enables Gloucester Gladiator. Enables Hawker Hurricane. Ah, we have to... It's a separate research tree within a research tree. I see. let's go for that then instead of yeah, let's go for that and get ourselves slightly better sea based fighters. So in the meantime then, I should have checked that before I stopped working on these naval fighters, because now I've sort of reset the production. We really need to get more factories here. Equipment was still not too bad on, so I'm going to take a few factories off those and off the tanks as well, just because I really feel that we need to get some of these replenished. So we'll put an extra couple of factories on those, and then of course our bombers. How many factories do we have left? Just the one. Yeah, we're really running short there. That should hopefully help that out. Let's go ahead and unpause again. World tension is at 91%. Signal company has now finished. We probably won't have one of those to begin with. So now we've got another research slot available, and I think we'll go and get that air doctrine, which is what we were going to do before. So hopefully, it does look like my units are actually pushing in. We've got... Did my units arrive in Dunkirk? Because I can't actually see them. Oh no, they're there. They're messing around in the water. Let's just go down here to the Mediterranean. Those other ships should have arrived. There they are. There's my carriers. And... can I actually get you to meet up with that naval patrol there? Can I select you guys as well? Yes, I can. Will you group? No, you won't group. If I dock you up, can I get you to group? Let's get them all docked up. And then see if we can group them together. Make sure we're unpaused. So we should then have air superiority down here in the Mediterranean, hopefully. Well, it looks like they are still patrolling. Can you just go... Stop it. Stop it. Can you just go over here to Malta? And can you guys go over here to Malta as well? There we go. Try and click on the right spot. So what we should have now is one naval group. There we go. We want to group them all up together. Then we want to put them on to patrol. And we want to put them in the central Mediterranean and probably up here as well. Okay, that should, I'm very much hoping, be good enough. And, oh, it looks like we're actually getting the drop on a few people up here. I'm not too sure that our line is spread out as well as it could be. Let's take you guys and go and add you to the army if you'd like to go and get into position. You are sort of entrenched. I would like you to go and attack. Let's get you down here on the line, if you wouldn't mind. Our naval convoy raider battle results. So we've had a naval convoy raid here. The Germans have lost 3 convoy ships. Very, very good. Our manpower is still taking a little bit of a battering, but I think that's probably a good place to end the episode. So once again, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you are still enjoying Hearts of Iron 4. Still trying to work out what I'm doing, but I feel like I am making some progress. We're definitely getting quite a lot of air experience, so might be worth upgrading some of our aircraft in the future. Once again, a big thank you to my Patreon supporter, Christopher Lowe, for sponsoring this video. And I will see you guys next time. So, until then, goodbye for now.